Well, first up to breaking news coming in from the ICC front. The ICC has decided to fine India's captain Suryakumar Yadav 30% of his match fees. Suryakumar Yadav fined 30% of his match fees for the comments alluded to the military skirmish between India and Pakistan, both during his post-match press conference and at the field after the match was over. In the final comments, Suryakumar Yadav had dedicated the Indian victory to the victory of the armed forces that comes under political messaging. According to the ICC, which has been hearing complaints from Pakistan, India has also complained about gestures on the field by Pakistani players. Vimal Mohan, NDTV's Vimal Mohan, who's been tracking this very, very closely, joins us live right now. Vimal, tell us the latest that you're picking up. The story has been doing the rounds since yesterday. It will be something that is contentious, but the ICC sending out a message as far as political messaging goes on the field.
So Virat, first three facts for the first, let me put the three facts. That Surya was called and he was summoned by the ICC magistrate, Richie Richardson, yesterday, and today two Pakistani players, both of them were called in two phases in their room hotel, in their hotel itself, and the hearing was done. What I have learned from the ICC officials that all of these match fine things and are not accurate enough. They are fined, of course. Suryakumar Yadav and Harris Rao have been fined apparently 30%, but this is all sources-based information. We are yet to get an official press release because ICC, one of the ICC officials called me as sources saying that all those news which is going around is not accurate. And of course, the third person, Saidlada Farhan, has been let off. He argues that he is a Pathan, and in Pathan they do gun celebration. So on that ground, he was let off. But these two players have been fined. That's what my sources are saying. What amount of fine, what kind of fine sanctions have been put on them is not accurate, which is going around the media.
Right, this is a big story, Vimal. Look, it's contentious, emotive in the two countries. It started off with India not shaking hands after the first encounter. Then, of course, the gestures, then this comment. What are you hearing from the BCCI and from the cricketers there that you are speaking to? What's the sense that you're picking up? Do you feel, as one who's been observing Indian cricket for a long time?
Yeah, first of all, what Saidlada Farhan and Harris Rao told in the hearing. Saidlada Farhan told that even Virat Kohli did this kind of gesture in one of the match celebrations. The gun celebration. And Harris Rao said that he pointed out 6-0, and what does that mean? He also asked the match referee that what does he understand by 6-0. Apparently, the hearing panel said that they don't get to any kind of connotation. But of course, what you are saying and what people around us and the experts, cricket experts are saying, that this has a political connotation, this has a context, and that's why this should not be...
Just hold your thought at the moment, because I'm going to get the latest from you. But former Indian cricketer Atul Vasan joins us. Atul, your first reactions, of course, everything seems to be hazy at the moment because multiple information all coming source-based at the moment.
Whatever is the penalty or the penalization has been done, I think it is under the code of conduct, and I think I agree with that. And I think if they have taken cognizance of the fact that the platform of the match or the press conference was used, and I think there has to be some kind of you have to pay for it. And I think 30% if he gets away with it, but he has made a point. I think we still come out the winner because we made a point by not acknowledging Pakistan. We didn't want to play, but we had to play for the ecosystem and for a lot of other reasons. But then again, when choosing that platform, I think that when he said and mentioned that, it actually, placated the lot of fans in India who didn't want India to play Pakistan. So I think when he dedicated the victory to them, the point was made. So I think if he has to just pay 30% for that, so be it.
It's a very interesting point that you're making. Look, he had to take a stand and he made the point. But if it's political messaging and the ICC wants to send a message on it, so be it. 30% of match fees is not a big deal. There's a point on both sides. One needs to restrict the political messaging on the field. But in this case, it was an emotive issue. He had to make a point and he made it. That's the way you'd see it.
Of course, I think that is what, and I heard the reports and all the media saying that he has put balm on the wounds and all that. But it was not enough. What happened cannot be just just be eased by just mentioning that the victory over Pakistan was dedicated to the soldiers and everything, because it is an ongoing thing. But what Pakistan retaliated with was actually a joke. So I think they, by making those gestures and not walking the talk, at least we won the game. So we had the bragging rights that we can talk about it. But they are just doing and just, retaliating and not even just carrying on that same fervor or that aggression by winning or doing something on the field.
Atul, I just want to ask you, now that this is all water under the bridge, some would say, fine, all sides have made their point, but about the influence, and this is an extremely emotive issue, right? So India-Pak encounters are emotive in many different ways, on the field, off the field. But at some point of time, we need to get back to just focusing on cricket. We've all made the points. Would you believe that it's time that the focus now is on cricket, where we seem to be absolutely dominant on the field?
I think from India's side, the Indian team, I can speak for them because they are totally focused on the job in hand. Because this is just not more than cricket for us. Yes, it is the outside narrative and the sound. It seems like we are talking more about things around the cricket than the cricket, because as it is, we are much better and we have brushed them aside. But now that they reached the final, it is more pressure on them because they carry this monkey on the shoulder of this match being more than a cricket match. And I think if they come with the same feeling, they will be again thrashed by India, because India and Indian ecosystem, Indian players are very mature and they've been there, done it. And I think they don't have that kind of a huge, baggage that they have to win this game. And it means more. If they win the game, it means more than just winning the game.
Right, it means more than just winning the game. Coming from a former India cap, thanks very much, Atul Vasan. Yes, the players are extremely mature. Hope the surround sound and the surround ecosystem will also be very mature and enjoy the cricket that's playing out. Sorry, before I let you go, Atul, you've been so close to Indian cricket for so many years. What would be your message to the players at this stage? Not just to the Indian players, to the Pakistani players as well. Atul Vasan there. Sorry, we seem to have lost the connection with Atul Vasan. Vimal, just give us a sense of what you're picking up from the players, because at some point of time, some would argue that there needs to be a lid on this and just focus on cricket on the field.
Indian team is focused and highly focused on this game, because India-Pakistan match is, as you said, always is all about emotions and controlling emotions and tension and pressure. And the Indian team is far more skilled and far more better side than Pakistan. So they are, of course, focusing on the skills and focusing on their game. And they would, if they play their 60% or 70% of their potential, they are certainly going to lift the trophy for the ninth time.
Right, and anything further that you can tell us from the team itself? Has there been a reaction that you've picked up, even if it's off the record, from those in the team, either here or on the Pakistani side?
No, see, Indian players, we meet every day when they come for practice and all, and they certainly only talk about their game sets and their game skills. They talk about their own thing. There are sometimes that humorous like Hardik Pandya, Kuldeep Yadav, Rinku Singh, all of them. Either they are humorous or they talk about something about the game. They don't want to carry any kind of pressure and burden to the match, to the field. And I can talk about Indian team. I saw a couple of practice sessions of Pakistan side also, but we also saw, the interior minister, the PCB chairman, Mohsin Naqvi coming to the ground, and they're also Iris Rauf was showing 6-0 gesture and all. So, of course, they are not playing cricket at the moment, and Indian team is certainly completely 100% focused on cricket. So, this is the difference between the two sides, and I hope in the final, both of them, both the teams come with utmost focus for the game, and so some kind of, tribute to the crowd which is coming in 44 degrees centigrade heat, and this kind of temperature. If they are coming, they should completely focus on game. That's how they will give some contribution to the game.
Right, Vimal, you keep close watch of the cricket there. Shiv Arur joins me from the newsroom as well. Shiv, we just had Atul Vasan, former Indian cricketer, speaking to us, who said, look, Suryakumar Yadav made a point. It was a needed emotional point to be made to Indian fans across the board. 30% match fine, we'll take it in our stride, so be it. As far as political messaging is concerned, we had to make the point, we made it. Let's just take the fine as part of our stride.
Well, that's a very technical argument, and former cricketers will obviously have to play it safe because there are all kinds of other considerations. But given the tensions through which a decision was made to go through a multilateral tournament at a time when there are all these hypocrisies over sports with terror, politics with terror, talks with terror, etc. Veera, as you know, the BCCI will have to answer for it, because at the end of the day, given that India chose to play a multilateral tournament with Pakistan because the Indian government and the BCCI allowed it to happen, it has basically meant that we not only provided a platform for Pakistan to indulge in actions that have similarly been fined, but the ICC has basically equated the actions of Pakistani players on the field and something which was entirely different, a tribute paid to terror victims, which is not a political statement by any stretch of imagination. It was a humanitarian gesture by Suryakumar Yadav, being sort of equated in some ways and equally deserving of a warning and possibly a fine, is preposterous to say the least. And I think a degree of public anger, a degree of the questions that one asks will have to be pointed at the BCCI as well as the ICC. This is a degree of hyphenation, I would say, that is preposterous. It is dangerous. You had Haris Rauf being fined 30% of his match fee, being issued a warning by the ICC. We don't know if Sky is going to be fined, but he's been issued a warning according to the Press Trust of India. And if that is the case, and if the same measures and weights are being used against both these actions, then I think the ICC and the BCCI have a huge amount to answer for, because they are simply not the same thing. They're not even on the same cricket pitch. So I think we're going to have to wait and see what statement the ICC finally puts out, because as you rightly said, Veera, we're still a little bit hazy on some of the details that are coming out. They may actually change in the next few minutes, but at this point of time, I think those questions will need to be asked to the BCCI.
You're making very important points, Shiv, and it's an emotive argument, but let me just put a counter view across, right? We've decided to play Pakistan. We've made our point as far as this is concerned. Somewhere the lid needs to be put onto it, because it's got to come down about cricket ultimately. Yes, there's always been surround sound when it comes to India and Pakistan, but at the end of the day, on the field, it's about cricket. Now, you've made the point. The ICC has to make a point.
Yeah.
Do we continue to feel offended by it, or do we just turn around and say, well, we've all made points, let's move on?
No, it's not an emotional point at all, actually. I'm making a very, very technical point on this. You're right, it is about cricket. Now that we've decided to play it, all levels of professionalism should be shown. I, in fact, am of the personal view that the refusal to actually shake hands was stupid and juvenile. I don't agree with that at all. If you've decided to play like a sportsman, all I'm saying is that the juvenile actions by Haris Rauf and the other Pakistani player, I forget his name, cannot be equated and equally deserving of a warning and punitive action as a captain of the other side dedicating a victory to terror victims. It is not the same thing at all. Sky did not name Pakistan. He just dedicated it to deceased fellow citizens of India who had fallen to terror bullets. They are not the same thing. That's the argument I'm making. I don't think it's an emotional argument. And I think that's the reason why these questions need to be asked. I agree with you entirely. Once you've decided to play, commit to it, play, shake hands, do everything you can, because the cricket is not a political battlefield. That hypocrisy is separate, and the lid, I agree with you, should be put on it. I am just saying we cannot equate the two actions that have been taken place.